Hello? Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, let me know. Let me know if it sounds clear or if it sounds funny. Sometimes on live stream it's like weird. Sounds crystal clear. Period. Okay, I'm gonna give everybody some time. You know, give everybody some time to come in here because some of us are a little delayed at times. Some of you might just got the notification. Nice. It's your first time here. Yeah, I've been saying I was going to go live more. I have been going live more, actually. So I've been doing what I said I was going to do. But thank you for being here. Good evening, good night, good morning, good night. It's 6:30 here. What time is it for y'all? Some of you guys might be like in Cali. I know it's like 3 o'clock over there. Hey, 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 hey. I'm just 11:30 p.m. Where do you live? Where it's 11:30 p.m. You must be in like Spain or somewhere over there. 7:30 p.m. Okay, so let me see. It's been a few minutes. All right. I think they'll come in, they'll come trickling in. If I'm gonna make somebody I need my moderator. I need a moderator or two because I need to be, you know. Um Let me see. Um Let me see. Who can I add as my moderator? I'm trying to see people that I know kind of names in here. Yeah, Bree, I'll add you. Okay. My cat, every time I want to go live, then he want to start bothering me and want attention. But anyway, okay, I got like two in here. So we're going to get started, you guys. This is like going to be like a real chill, casual kind of live stream. Nothing too crazy or scary or anything like that. All right. If you want to see more, I guess, if you want to be more like informed on the warnings or the scariness of the eclipse, I did do an exclusive reading. It's on Patreon and it's on YouTube members only. If you want to see more about like more warning type of things for the eclipse. But other than that, we'll just be real chill. Moderator just monitors the chat. Like if there's somebody trolling or there's crazy comments, you can delete them. You can kick them out. Yeah, like this person right here. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what moderators do. So when y'all see comments like that, because I'm gonna be talking, I can't always like stop and do that. You can like, do that for me. All right, I'm gonna add you. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Okay. So there's enough people. All right. So as you all know, this is. Oh, you wanted to see JoJo. You'll see him later. Yeah, you'll see him later, probably when he comes back over here. But yeah, so this is, as you all know, you're in here to see. Why is this shaking like that? Oh, okay. It should be good now. Y'all are here to see the eclipse, lunar eclipse in Pisces, and get caught up on what that means for you. And you are here to ask me questions, and we're asking each other questions and stuff like that. So this is going to be pretty interactive. I want it to be a conversation. So you guys that are in here, you can talk to me. If you are on my Patreon or YouTube members only, I will prioritize your questions first before everybody else. So let me know if you're on one of them when we get to that part, and I will open it up for questions. Not just yet. Okay. I'm going to just talk about the beginning of what's going on, and then we'll get to the questions. So, Pisces lunar eclipse. All right. So this is the first time that we're ever experiencing anything like this. Well, no, it's not the first eclipse, but it's going to be like one of the first ones in a long time that we having in this Pisces upcoming cycle. So, you know, we're in the Aries and Libra eclipses right now. The North and South node are in Aries and Libra. And this Pisces one kind of just got thrown in there at the end here before we switch over to Pisces and Virgo. The last time the nodes were in Pisces and Virgo, were North nodes in Pisces, was like back in 2007 or 2008. So if you can think of some things that happened around that time, some of you, if you were like me, you were young, you were probably like 10 years old or something like that. However that time period was for you. For some of you, it could be a different age, whatever. But yeah, so all that to say, this eclipse is really important because it's setting us up to know what's really happening for us in our lives for 2025 and 2026. Like whatever's happening this month can really show you a sneak peek to what's about to happen for you with the nodal cycle that changes. Okay. So a lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse is a full moon, lunar, but an eclipse is like a super, super, super powerful phenomenon. So if you hear solar eclipse, which goes with the new moon, lunar eclipse goes with the full moon. So it's like a super, super charged full moon. And full moons are always like a completion of a cycle. It's a culmination of things. It represents closures in our lives. It can represent endings, things coming to light. And sometimes like there are new things that happen during a full moon, but usually there are endings. Okay. So there was a cycle that started back for you in like 2015 or 2017. That is like the story is being completed during this lunar eclipse, right? So if you can think of anything also that happened 2015 or 2017 when the nodes were last back in Virgo North Node, Pisces South Node, something that you started around that time, or maybe there was it could be like a habit that was started, a mindset, something significant that was started. There's something that is transitioning or finishing with that. Okay. So, yeah, we are all going to be facing some type of like reality check in that arena. Look at Pisces, where you have Pisces in your own birth chart, but especially in your houses. We all have a Pisces house. Okay, we do. If you look up your birth chart, you can find it. You have to have your rising sign, though, to know what house you have Pisces in. Okay. And so it may not be very obvious for what's happening yet, or if you can't really think of anything significant, don't get stuck back there. Don't worry about it. All right. Don't worry about that. But 2017 was relationship 7 years later, which is a year ago, the rest of Virgo. So yeah, there's going to be some type of reality check that we have in that house specifically. All right. That's setting the stage for us for 2025. And we're really seeing like, where do we tend to escape? Like, where do we tend to escape reality? And that is what Pisces, in the, I guess, more weaker expression, is all about, is our escapism tendencies. Okay. The girl that just ghosted me was a Pisces moon. Okay. Yeah, y'all having a good time in the comments. But I'm not gonna read them too much because I'm gonna get distracted right now. But yeah, so very spiritual, very fated, very unexpected, and this can even be something that's really accelerating your human. I mean, I was gonna say your human design, your spiritual healing journey. Okay, so Pisces and Virgo axis is all about healing. It's all about service. It's all about the health. It's physical health. It's spiritual health. Yeah, you escaped by smoking. Yeah, so that is a big one where there could have been some addictive things that started happening back in especially 2015 or so that, have gotten out of hand or you're ending now. So something with a lifestyle as well that we are addressing here. Some doors are slammed shut. Sometimes it's very dramatic with eclipses where things end very abruptly, things end very harshly, or start very abruptly, and we have no control over it. And we just have to kind of go in that direction wherever life is taking us. So, yeah, new boundaries surrounding how we experience life. Could be a new spiritual journey that you're about to start or that you go on. And really showing you where you need to face some escapism tendencies and set boundaries with yourself. Okay. So that's pretty much in a very basic meaning what this eclipse is really going to be about. All right. But it's going to be different for everybody based on where you have Pisces in your chart and where Pisces is in your houses. All right. So now that I kind of got through the explanation, if you missed it, anybody that just got on here, you can go back. It'll be up on YouTube. You can watch the replay for what the lunar eclipse means. It's essentially just a full moon, but a very, very, very faded one that's really, really strong, and it's going to be most affected or most felt by the mutable signs: Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini. Especially if you have it in your big three, sun, moon, or rising, you'll really feel that energy. So that could be something that's like, when I say feel the effects, that can mean you feel like you have the most changes happening in your life, or you feel the most redirected, or you feel the most heavy, or the most like emotional, or you're releasing the most right now. Others of you may not feel anything. If you feel something, you don't feel something, it doesn't mean anything. Okay? Everything affects us all differently. But if you do feel something and you're wondering what that is, it's because of the eclipse right now. So I'm going to open it up to questions. We are going to go over, I was kind of debating on how I wanted to go through it. I will go through, I guess, the different, like where it'll affect you guys based on your rising sign in the houses. But I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna open up the Q&A so we can at least get started with answering some questions about it. And how long is the eclipse? So the eclipse is September 17th through the 18th, I guess, depending on your time zone, roughly. It lasts a day, but the cycle can go for like 6 months, if that makes sense. Thank you. I work hard on my skin. I do, on my skincare routine. No, you didn't join late. We really just started 15 minutes ago. And I'm going to start answering questions. Again, I'm prioritizing. If you are on my Patreon, YouTube members only, let me know. I will answer your questions first. Of course, or if you send me a super chat, like if you have a more specific question that you want me to pull cards for, I'll answer that. There is a lot of trolls in this chat today. Oh my goodness. I didn't know YouTube had so many like trolls. Like I thought that was just like TikTok. That's crazy. Okay, Terrell, I see you. I see you. Can I ask what this is? This is we're talking about the eclipse coming up this week. Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. What's in the membership? You get exclusive access to content as well as early access content on my Patreon and YouTube members only. So I do some exclusive like readings over there, zodiac readings. So question, you said this happened from 2015 to 2017. How is Saturn in Pisces making this eclipse different? What exclusive means basically it's not on YouTube. So you won't find the readings that I post on YouTube on there, some of them. And then others of them, you see them early before the public sees them. Okay, so yeah, the Saturn in Pisces is really giving it more like how it's different from the ones that we had like years ago is because Saturn wasn't in Pisces when we first had the nodal axis in Pisces and Virgo. So Saturn is really like this very humbling, this very karmic, this very serious planet where it can kind of feel like even if you're not in your Saturn return for mutable signs or Pisces that you are, because it's like you're meant to get really serious about your life and meant to get serious about having boundaries and get serious about certain things where if you don't, there can be really harsh consequences. Well, you're going to have to go see what's on Patreon. If you want to go see what's special about him, you got to go subscribe and see. And I did talk about the eclipse in the beginning. Again, you can go back and rewatch it if you would like to when I post it on YouTube. So yeah, for all Pisces placements right now, things may be feeling like more serious or like that you have to really take responsibility for certain things in your life. Or if you were just kind of not strolling through life, but you know, it could be kind of like just living, just having fun, just not really taking certain things seriously. You might have a wake up call where you're like, oh, I need to get it together now. Like I need to, especially regarding health, like, oh, I need to get my health together. I need to be more serious about my this, my that, like my relationships, my whatever it is, my money. So yeah. Yeah. My cardinal dominant and my cat moon rules my chart. Why it feels like life not gonna let up. Yeah, Capricorns, my heart goes out to you always. My heart always goes out to Capricorn placements because I know things are actually harder for you. Like it actually is harder for you. Yeah, exactly. So Saturn always makes you grow up. Thank you for the super chat. Yes. Okay. So yeah, those of you who are in here, I will respond faster to super chats, of course, and I will like answer them 100%. And the other ones, if I miss them, I will try to get to them too. But let's see. Pisces 5th house. That's me, actually. Scorpio risings for a lot of you. Some of you could be Libra risings too. But Scorpio in the 5th house. So with this eclipse is hitting the 5th house. That can be romance, that can be hobbies, that can be our creative expression. And so there is a cycle here that is closing out for us and where we might we escape through our dating right? Like, so there's a couple ways fifth house can play out, and it's sometimes a little bit tricky to pinpoint. So take it how it resonates, if it resonates with you. But yeah, so it can be some of you or us escaping through dating, like not taking dating as seriously as you could, whether it's like, okay, I'm just like using these different people to kind of escape my problems. Like I'm just having fun and I'm just having fun with these people. I'm not really getting serious or looking for people who are actually going to commit to me. I'm just like having fun with the people that I'm with, but I'm not fully taking it to the next step, not fully taking it to the next level. I'm just here. For others of you, it could be about your hobbies and where you might use like hobbies or fun to escape from the real life work that needs to be done. So, you know, it's like, I just want to play. I just want to do things that are fun. I don't really want to worry about all the hard stuff right now. I don't want to worry about work right now. I just want to, have fun. And there's nothing wrong with having fun, but if you're using it as a way to escape from problems, then yeah, it can be an issue. So there's that. As well as just for some of you on the other end of the spectrum, it can be like needing to take take your happiness more seriously. Okay. So again, it's like taking how it resonates for you, taking your happiness more seriously or being more serious about your joy, you're having fun, which can kind of sound weird, but sometimes you're like prioritizing other things above your happiness and you're needing to actually take it more seriously, take expressing yourself more seriously and your creativity more seriously. So let's see. I appreciate you, Sophia. You work in that chat because they getting it in there. Let's see. Some people I'm gonna hide from the channel so we won't see them anymore. I saw. No, I have not talked about that yet, Melody. I was answering the super chat. Yeah. Yeah, forgetting to have fun. I do feel like, honestly, for me as a Scorpio rising, I definitely used to have a lot more fun when I was younger. And I'm trying to get back to that. Like, I don't want to ever become too workaholic, too serious. Like, I used to like really be in my, my creative little kid, inner child energy. Let's see. All right. So yeah, you guys, everybody else who just getting in, this will be up on my YouTube. You can watch it after. And if you have questions, like you want to have, like if you want a question answered, like literally like tarot or something, you can drop a super chat. Otherwise, drop your questions if you're a Patreon or YouTube members only. I'll answer your questions first. And everybody else, I will get to you as well. Hearing this in HD, the message is clear. Yeah, I'm a bit scared, to be honest. I have Pisces sun. Yeah, it can be scary. It can be scary, but just taking your time and try not to like watch too many things that are like scary or people that talk about it in a very scary way, I think is the best option, to be honest. How do you channel more creativity? To be honest, it's really about, well, like you said, you kind of already have an awareness. So awareness is one, but you have chronic burnout from pursuing stuff that doesn't serve you. So with that, you need to, before you can add anything, you need to take out some stuff. Like you need to, first see what you can remove so that you can have more energy. And once you do that, then you can start figuring out, okay, what can I actually add in? Because if you don't have any time or you don't have any energy, then you're not going to have enough to, you know, do things that are fun. All right, so that was fifth house Pisces. What other questions do you guys have for me? Because I'm not going to scroll all the way back up there. So yeah, make sure y'all have y'all questions ready, or you can like paste them in the chat so that I can just like keep it rolling. Sixth house Pisces. Okay. So sixth house, that's Libra rising for a lot of you. I see a lot of you also have 11th house, so we'll go over that one too. Shout out to the Bronx. So yeah, sixth house. How can we work on our shadow work? Those are good questions. All right, hold your questions, okay? Hold your questions. Let me talk about the sixth house real quick. So yeah, if you're a Libra rising, for a lot of you, you have the Pisces energy going through your sixth house, which is work, your daily life. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for that super chat. Your work, your work, your routines, your health for the sixth house. Okay. So it's really looking at where you might have gotten lost or had some escapism that came up in those areas, right? So that can be getting too caught up in the physical realm where you neglect your mental health or you neglect your emotional health. So that means you're really caught up in working out, or really caught up in your what you're eating, physical health, or really caught up in your work, your routines, getting kind of addicted or obsessive to those. And then you get lost in it, you know, or you use that to, you know, escape from other things. So a lot of times, even sometimes I get caught up in that where I might be feeling away and I don't really want to deal with it. I just go work and I work on things. I do my work. I just focus on other stuff. I don't want to think about that. So there could be some cycle that you have to reevaluate where you've gotten so addicted or attached to your routines and you neglected some other part of you that needs to be having awareness there, especially like mentally or emotionally, where you need to focus. Or even on the other end of it, taking that more seriously if it's neglected. If your health has been neglected, taking your health more seriously too. Bumps and humps. You sent me a super chat. So I'm going to answer your question right now. Let's see here. Sagittarius. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's go back for a second. So where is Pisces at? Where is Pisces at in your chart? Because we did just talk about the fifth house, but that's for Scorpio rising. So we already talked about the fifth house, so we're not going to go over it. We're not going to do repeat questions. But if Pisces was in your fifth house, then we already talked about it. Oh, it's in your fourth house. Okay, got you. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll talk about that. Yeah. So, yeah, how to figure out where you're, you just pull up your birth chart. Make sure you have your rising or your birth time so you know your rising sign. And then you'll see it in your chart, in your birth chart online. Otherwise, you can count from your rising sign and count till you get to Pisces. So like Scorpio is my rising, so I count till I get to Pisces, which is Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. That's 5, my 5th house. So that's another way you can just do it like that. Okay, so back to you with the 4th house. So if you got Pisces in the 4th house, you are a Sagittarius rising for many of you. So that is your, I did cover Libra risings. Yes, I literally just did. That is your family. That's your home life. That is your emotional matters. That is your relationship to your mother. I'm answering it right now. And then you can always rewatch this afterwards. I'll have it on my page. But yeah, so there can be some a cycle that you're needing to recognize where you could have gotten lost in your family. There was some escapism with your family. And what I mean by that is like either you and your family had a very enmeshed relationship, or maybe you were just living for your family possibly. Or there can be some trauma bonding, or some things happen with your family or with the mother, or there could be some generational trauma, some addictions, some family stuff that you got wrapped up in or you got lost in. I got you, Yahtzee. I will get to your question after I finish this one. But yeah, so it's important to recognize how you or your family, you've not intentionally used them to escape, but where maybe you've gotten lost, so caught up in your family, or there's things like that happened with your family, could be trauma that followed you from your family, that you need to address, or you need to be the one to kind of break the generational trauma or break the cycle that came from being involved with certain family matters. For others of you, or on the other side of that spectrum, it could be needing to be more serious about building your own family, or taking responsibility for your healing, or taking responsibility for family trauma, inner child trauma, healing, things like that. So it kind of depends on, it could be both, it could be one, it could be the other. But something regarding your family, either how you used it to escape from other problems, work, you got to invest it in them. There needs to be more boundaries with family, or you need to take more seriously your family life or your home life, or building a foundation for your future regarding family or emotional healing. Okay. So Yahtzee, let's see. Do you have any advice or what to expect for 3rd house Pisces? It's my moon and my south node. Oh yes, so we going into our nodal reversal, y'all. Everybody who got south node in Pisces, I got that too. Our nodal reversal is coming. Our Saturn return is coming. But so yeah, 3rd house. 3rd house Pisces, was that Capricorn rising? Yeah, Capricorn rising. So 3rd house is all about communication, short distance travel, mental thinking, can even be siblings. So there can be I kind of feel like with the 3rd house, it's like learning to either taking communication more seriously. I see you, Cassidy. I see your super chat. Taking communication more seriously, or learning to be more direct when it comes down to setting boundaries with people, asking for what you need, asking for things that you want. And anywhere that has Pisces kind of struggles with, what do you call it? With setting boundaries or with being clear. So if you have Pisces in the 3rd house, there can be some unintentional miscommunication, or unintentionally being passive or not as direct as you could be. So there is a need to see like where you might escape, especially it could be mentally too, where you might escape into other things. Like it could be escaping through short distance traveling. It could be escaping into books, into your mind, even instead of being direct or, coming out and being clear about what it is that you want to say. And so you could also, with this eclipse, expect some type of unexpected communication because the third house is about communicating. So there could be something unexpected that you find out, or there could be something that you are communicating to somebody else, which is unexpected, or having some type of conversation that you didn't expect to have under this, or a new way of thinking even. So, yeah, you'll probably see where communicating has held you back in some way. Will strong Pisces placements experience an increase in intuition or spiritual abilities? Yes, I fully believe so. I honestly feel like all mutable signs are going to get that feeling. Pisces will probably embrace it the most. I feel like Gemini and Sagittarius are going to be really conflicted and struggle with it because Pisces is square to those signs. So it's going to conflict with their mind and their beliefs that they have. So it's going to be a bit challenging for them if they're not willing to like accept the intuitive downloads and accept what is intuitively being shown and received. I don't know what that means. Like, Cassidy, it says that you said something and then you retracted it. I don't know. I don't know if that means like it's gone or what. How do we nurture our abilities? I think like one, just being aware of the fact that they are there is like important. So you can write down your dreams. You can like welcome them. You can accept that you're getting certain downloads because you can easily reject your intuition too. You can easily reject like your intuitive abilities. You can reject your psychic abilities. But if you're welcoming them and you're accepting them, you can like start to study. You can get divination tools like cards. There's different things you can do to like welcome that. But yeah, Pisces, 12th house. Hold on one second. Okay. If you got a Pisces 12th house, you're Aries rising. So, Aries risings. This is looking at where you can, kind of similar to what I was telling third house a little bit, where you might have really strong escapism tendencies to address, because the 12th house is about your subconscious mind. It's about things that are hidden. It's about isolation. And so there's something to be addressed there with the ways that you could just like run away from things, or you might isolate yourself when things get hard, or when things are not going well, or when you're struggling through something. And so you may get some like really, really spiritual downloads. I think for Pisces, 12th house or Aries rising, this whole cycle that's coming up here is going to be extremely, extremely spiritual, extremely like eye-opening. Like the downloads are going to be crazy. And so looking at this way that you might either you run away from, or you try to run away from your mind. Pisces 12th house can sometimes get really caught up in addictive behaviors. And so that can be like drinking or doing things to distract yourself from your mind. It could be smoking, things like that. So you really want to address where you might have like really strong tendencies to avoid thinking or avoid getting caught up in your mental. Or maybe you need to take your mental health more seriously at this time, because the 12th house is about mental health. So it could either be needing to take it more seriously, or look at where you kind of get caught up in your own world and then you avoid dealing with real life tasks or maybe even your physical health. So it can go again either way. It's opposite of sixth house, which we talked about earlier. But this house I feel like is right now with where the eclipse is hitting, mostly asking you to look at where you either are avoiding dealing with certain like subconscious fears or dealing with like your mental health, or you're using things to avoid thinking about things mentally, using things as a distraction, or you isolate yourself too much where you need to be more physically present to deal with things and to face problems. So yeah, that is Pisces 12th house. Okay, what's y'all next questions? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I did see 11th house a lot. I forgot about 11th house, so I'll probably do 11th house, and then anybody else, your questions, drop them cuz I probably missed them earlier. So yeah, we did a few of the different houses, but did I cover Virgo? No. I'm going to do 11th house though because people have asked me that one a lot. So that's Taurus rising. Taurus rising, if you have Taurus rising, most likely you have a Pisces 11th house. So 11th house is social media. It is friendships. It is your hopes and your wishes, your dreams for the future. So there can be a cycle here where there's a couple ways you can kind of see this, where some of you may have had a tendency to escape into or get lost in groups that you are associated with or your friendships even. So it's like maybe you lose your sense of individuality in people, but not just like anybody, but mostly just like people that you know, your friends, or like people that you work with, or people that like, you know, any groups that you're in. And so looking at that and seeing where you might have, you know, just became just somebody in the background, a part of the crowd type of thing. And you're needing to address like, okay, where did I just lose myself in these people and these friends here? And, you know, I just don't know who I am anymore. So that could be one thing. For others of you, it could be needing to take friendships more seriously or be more committed to having or finding the right types of friends. It could go that way as well. As well as if we're talking about your hopes and your wishes, your dreams for the future, it could be like escaping through those, but not fully doing things that would help it materialize. So that could be just wishing for things or just hoping for things, but you're not actually taking certain steps to make those things happen. You're just like, oh, well, one day this is going to save me, this is going to happen, and I'll be free and I'll be out of this. And then, yeah, but you're not actually committing to it or doing work for it to happen for you. So that's another way that it could show up, where you're not taking it seriously, or you need to take it more seriously and actually have steps that you're doing to have these things happen, not just think about it, not just wish for it, not just hope for it. For Taurus risings or 11th house Pisces. Yeah. And y'all can ask me other questions. It doesn't just have to be about where it's happening in your houses. It can be anything else. It can be about whatever. Yeah, it doesn't have to just be about that. Let me see what else y'all said in here. Pisces 7th, Pisces 10th. No, I haven't done 10th yet. Yes, water signs, but it's mostly on the mutable axis will be affected more, and it also depends on your degrees. Your degrees, how close it is to the eclipse. I don't know what the eclipse degrees is. I forgot. I didn't write it down. But you're welcome. Sorry, I can't see from back here. I'm kind of far. Yes, Bookie, I already did 6th house. So when I do the replay or when I save it, you can rewatch it. Is it good to have heart to heart conversations during this time? Yeah, it is fine to have them. Mercury is now direct, so you can do what you want to do. Just know that, like, I guess at the start of this week, things are going to be emotionally heightened with the eclipse. So I wouldn't like go out of my way to have a heart to heart conversation or do it while I'm like angry or emotional, like too emotionally charged, I guess you could say. But if it comes up naturally, then that's okay. So yeah, it should be fine though. But just know, eclipses kind of have this very unpredictable energy. So if it goes in another direction, just expect that potentially. Let me see who. Somebody else asked me something. Wait, hold on. Okay, I already did 5th house. Do you do personal readings or rebirth charts? Yes, I do. It's all of my information is linked in my description box or my link tree in any of my bios. You can find it there and you can book with me. I'm not doing lives right now. I will start doing the live ones again like next month once I move. But if you want like a recorded reading, I'll do that for you. Do you have some advice for stress? That's a good question because I'm trying to figure it out myself. I think the main thing for stress is like once you acknowledge, okay, that I am stressed, because sometimes it's actually hard to know when you're stressed, because if you're just a stressed person or an anxious person, then it's going to be hard to always know when you're stressed. So, okay, when you acknowledge I'm stressed, I think the best thing you can do is prevent it. Like prevent yourself from being stressed as much as you can, because once you're stressed, it's kind of hard to de-stress. But like if you have like a little, I guess, care package or preventative plan for stress, I think it could be really helpful. So that might look like having de-stressors that you can just turn to when you realize I'm stressed. Like that could be some type of self-care activity, that can be a meal, that can be a show, that can be scheduling a nap, something that you do that you're like, okay, I'm going to just pause everything else and then I'm going to focus on this activity. I hope that helps a little bit. Honestly, I haven't skipped anybody. I just am reading, like the comments go really quickly and then I get distracted. But like I said, if you're on my Patreon or your YouTube members only, or you send me super chat, I will respond quickly and I will answer it right immediately. Because the other ones I lose focus. But I'm getting around to it. Hold on. Can we send a super chat for a mini tarot pull? Yes. If you would like a tarot pull, I can I will pull for you if you send me a super chat. Any tips for Gemini rising? Did I do that already? Oh, Gemini rising, 10th house. Okay, so all right, let's do, yeah, because I'm not going in order. I didn't go in order in this live. So I'm just going all around the world. I'm going to do Gemini rising now. And then I'm going to answer some of these other questions because there's some other questions I want to get to as well, not just the astrology houses. Okay. So yeah, hold the questions for a second while I'm gonna come back. Okay, I'm gonna come back. So Gemini rising, that means that you have Pisces in your 10th house. So 10th house is all about your, we did 12th house already, your long-term career, your work, your public achievements. And so some of you may have these escapism tendencies, or maybe you need to set boundaries in the realm of your career. So that can either mean allowing your career to become like your whole identity and you get lost in your career. And if you don't have a career, then you feel like just lost in the world. So yeah, it can be that you have this escapism to get really caught up in your career or what your achievements are, or making that like your life. And so there might needs to be some boundaries set there where you're not either overworking yourself or you're becoming just obsessed with your career and what's next, and just always trying to get to the next level, next level. On the other like the other side of that it could show up as is that you don't take your career as seriously as you could. So that can mean like you need to get more serious about what am I going to be doing long term, or let me stick to something, or let me commit to something. And if you don't, then you're just going to kind of be feeling lost. So it's like, okay, let me really figure out what it is that I want to do in my life, or let me figure out where I want to be so that I can start to set myself up for the future, not just like be out here just floating around and just like la dee dee da 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 da. I'm going to actually get serious about my career. I'm going to put in the work and I'm going to, commit to something. So it can go either way. It can go either way for you, but something with career is coming up here under the eclipse, where there's a realization or a shift there with your career. I did also want to talk about Virgo rising. I'll talk to you. Let me go back because I saw some other good questions here. Let me go back. Any advice? Any advice with working with mother wounds? That's a really good one. That's a really good question. I guess it's just a matter of like what mother wound, like what did the wound create? Like was it self-esteem issues? That's really common with having mother wounds. Could be rejection, could be abandonment. How can we work on our shadow self during this period to find our husband or wife? Wow. I got the book that I always recommend, honestly, for relationships and healing relationships, the inner work of relationships. That book is like the holy grail of holy grails. Okay. That's the best way to really figure out like your wounds and prepare for a relationship. That's what the whole book is about. If you want me to show it to you, I will, but it's not over here. Did I do Gemini rising? Yeah, I literally just finished Gemini rising. Wait. What's the book called? Let me go show y'all. Hold it. Hold it. All right. This is the book here. Yeah, don't worry. You can rewatch it. Just FYI, I didn't go in like a straight line order because it's just a Q&A. I'm just bouncing around. So hopefully maybe somebody will put up the timestamps for all the different houses. It just went all over the place. So yeah, but this is the book. I got it from TikTok. It's on my TikTok shop too. I tagged it. But Inner Work of Relationships, Heal Your Inner Child and Create a Conscious Relationship. This book is amazing. Amazing for if you feel like you have a lot of healing to do, but you want a healthy relationship, you want to be with somebody, you want to be married. This shows you how to get there. All right. Did I do Scorpio rising? Yeah, I did that first. Now I still want to do Virgo 7th house. Because somebody asked me about that. I want to do Virgo 7th house. Yeah, there's a couple that we still haven't done yet. We have like maybe, I think like four left. The Inner Work of Relationship. Yep, that's it. Yep. Wait. Is that who it's by? I don't even see the author on here. No, it's not by Ashley. Yes, it is. Well, it's by Matt and Ash. I don't know. Okay. So I'm gonna do 7th house and then I'll probably do 8th house after that. And then I'll answer other questions. Oh yeah. You know what? I should have did Pisces rising first. Cause the eclipse in your first house. Goodness gracious. All right. So we're gonna do Pisces rising. We're gonna do Pisces rising. So yeah, like I said, sorry I didn't do Pisces rising first. But yeah, so Pisces rising, pretty much the star of the show, honestly, with the eclipse in your first house of self and identity. So there could be either some escapism tendencies that you're facing when it comes down to, this could be either escaping from yourself or escaping into yourself. It could go, again, everything that I'm saying, I've tried to read it from multiple perspectives because it can be different things. But yeah, so if you run from yourself, so that can mean like you just never are comfortable in your identity. So that's like you have an identity change every few months. You switch your identity, like you change your identity on social media, you change your clothes, your look, your hair, everything. Like you just never are comfortable with yourself. That can be like this escapism thing that you have going on with you, where you need to like find yourself and like, it's not to say that you can't change, but like if you find like you just reject different versions of yourself and you're never fully happy with who you are, that could be something to look into. For others of you, it can be just escaping into yourself. So that can mean like you're just so caught up in your own world or in your physical body that you're kind of disconnected from other people, other things. Kind of similar to what I was saying with the 12th house in Pisces. This is a little bit similar. Okay, I see your super chat. I see you. I will pull for you. But yeah, there's some tendencies or some boundaries maybe you need to set with yourself. So that could be setting limits on things that you engage with, or who's in your physical space, or what you put in your physical body, because the first house is your body. So, or setting limits with like, I don't know, just anything involving you. It's such a broad house where it's your physical body, but you are a part of the world in so many different ways. So looking at where you need boundaries and discipline with yourself, with who you are, and like sticking to something or committing to yourself. Some of you need to commit to yourself more even, but it's really going to be something that happens with your identity or your first house of self, where you have this wake up call moment where it's like, yeah, I do this, or I need to start doing this, or taking this more seriously, taking things more seriously with my body. Is this eclipse about sacrifice? It could be, because Pisces is a sign of self-sacrifice. So there could be something that you're giving up. There could definitely be something that you're giving up, letting go of for a higher good, or something that's going to be better for you. Or you're looking at where you have made these sacrifices that weren't right. Like maybe you did it at the expense of yourself, and you shouldn't have. You did it for other people, you did it for other things, or you thought you were doing it for the right reasons and maybe you were not. So you're seeing that too. Terrell, what was your question? The rulership. I don't have any other books on the houses. I don't think I've ever had. I've never read, like, everything I learned about the houses I learned online. Yeah, that is honestly for Pisces placements in general, not just Pisces too. Because the Pisces, is a sign that can sometimes get caught up in losing themselves in things or sacrificing themselves for things. Happy belated, by the way, Virgo rising. Yeah, I'm still going to do Virgo rising too. Happy eclipse season, Serena. That's cool. I like the way your name is spelled. My love life has always feels mysterious. And that's very Scorpio rising. Same. Happy belated. Yes. My birthday feels like it was so long ago. Like it feels like it was like months ago. But yeah, so I definitely need like a specific question. Please. For me to pull, because sometimes I don't even know what deck to use. So while we're doing that, while we're getting into that, let's talk about Virgo 7th house real quick. I mean, Pisces 7th house. So if you got a 7th house in, will you pull a card for the collective? Probably. But yeah, so if you have a Pisces 7th house, y'all want me to do this 7th house so bad, you ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say. So I don't know why you pressed to hear it. But yeah, so there's a tendency to definitely escape through relationships. 7th house is about our partnerships, especially romantic. Could be business, could be contracts, marriages, could be any relationship, any one-to-one relationship. And so with that being there, there's some boundaries that need to be set there, either with how much you give in your relationships, how much you allow people to receive from you, take from you, as well as like how involved you get with people, or like using relationships to escape from you. Okay, opposite of first house. So using relationships, other people, to escape from your emotional traumas, escape from your pain, escape from things that you need to do to take care of your codependency. Pisces, please say I have 0 relationships. Oh goodness, why? Like no relationships at all, like nobody in your life, or you just mean like no romantic? But yeah, so Pisces 7th house can have that tendency to escape through other people, or try to fix other people, try to save other people at the expense of themselves. So there needs to be some boundaries there with how much you are, trying to rescue people, trying to save people, things like that. And so on the other end of that spectrum, it could be taking relationships more seriously, or only choosing people that are willing to commit to you, get serious with you, not just choosing people that are broken or don't know what they want. If you know what you want, make sure that people are on the same page and want the same things as you. Oh, Pisces North Node in the 7th. Yeah, you definitely have some lessons to learn about relationships and forming relationships, keeping relationships, because Pisces is also associated with loss. Virgo rising is Pisces 7th house. Pisces is, Virgo rising. But yeah, it's looking at cultivating those healthy relationships, those secure relationships, and mutual and reciprocated relationships. And there's some type of revelation that you're going to be having under this eclipse about your relationships, or what you need to do, or what you need to stop doing. What a fun lifetime to be Pisces. Truthfully. Okay, so that was 7th house Pisces or Virgo rising. Let me answer Terrell's question here. What was it? What should I stop escaping from during the eclipse? Terrell, are you still here? Before I answer this, and then he's or they're not even here. Yeah. So yes, I will do I do have like 3 left. Yeah, I will do Leo rising. Okay. I'm going to pull for you, Terrell. I'm going to pull from my surrender deck. I'm pulling from my surrender deck. Y'all, if y'all have questions like this, like where you want me to answer with tarot, I'm only doing super chats for those. Otherwise, you drop your question in there, I'll answer it. But okay, so Terrell, what you should stop escaping from. Let's see. At the same time, maybe what you need to surrender. Okay. So let's start with these two. So we got for you, surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So this is one thing that surrendering to and stop escaping from, because you can try to escape timing. Okay. So you can try to escape timing basically by either trying to make something happen faster or trying to delay something that is meant to end in your life. So, take that how it resonates. Where it's like if you're trying to hold on to something that is clearly like it's ran its course, that can be trying to escape from that. Or if you are trying to like force something to happen before it's ready to happen, then that is, another way of kind of going against time. And then the next card you got was surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So there's that. I think this is more so just something you need to like let go of doing, where it's like getting too attached to the outcomes of things instead of just allowing the experience to be what it is, or just enjoying the experience more than the results of the experience. And obviously that's really hard, easier said than done. But it's really about like, okay, if I've already done everything that I can do, I already tried my best, I've already like prepared, then all I can do is like, again, surrender to the timing, where I trust that the timing, it will happen when it's supposed to happen. And if me trying to force something or like keep working and working and working is not working, then you just got to stop working. Stop trying to push, stop trying to force, and just let it be. Honestly, I find when I'm pushing, nothing is happening like that. And when I stop, like I really stop and I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know what else to do. Then it happens. So it's like you have to find a balance between that. So I hope that helped a bit with what you were looking for. Is it a good time? Okay, so y'all, yeah, with the tarot questions, they're tipped. They're super chat questions. But for the other general astrology questions, I'm answering for free. But if you have like a tarot question, those are only tipped, only super chat. Very important combo. Yeah, so you already tapped in. You're already in tune, clearly. You already had, that was just validation. That was just further confirmation of what you're feeling. So yeah, I love that for you. Okay, so what time is it? I'm gonna get off of here at 8 o'clock. So I got about 20 minutes left. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. Okay, let me see. What was your question? Will I get the managerial position that I applied for? I have my pendulum. I'm gonna probably just do that. Ask that question. Bronx, you talked about your Saturn return earlier. I'm almost done with mine in the 4th house of Pisces. I've been going through it though. I'm scared. I'm scared for mine, to be honest. I'm not really ready. I feel like I'm already going through it. Okay, let's ask my pendulum. Will Melissa get the managerial position that she applied for? Okay, I see you. I got you. So, Melissa, unfortunately, I'm not getting a yes. Unfortunately, I'm getting a no. So, my pendulum is usually accurate. Of course, any divination tool may not be 100% accurate, but it doesn't look like for that position that you may get it. And I hope that's not too discouraging, but that's just what I'm getting. So I'd rather be honest with you than set you up for disappointment. But if you do get it, that would be a great surprise. But right now on my end, it's not looking like a yes. All right, her holiness. Saturn return was rough. I don't even know what to expect, honestly. It's just, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Let's just do it. Let's just get over with. All right, let me do your card pools for the surrender deck for you. And y'all, even though I'm reading for like other people, sometimes the message will also resonate for you. So take that with it. Let's get, okay. Oop. All right, so for, her holiness. We got surrender to non-action. Can't see over here. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. And then you have surrender your desire to control people. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. So these cards, honestly, they go kind of hand in hand. It's saying that, in your relationship life right now or with other people, just let people do what they do. Just let them come to you. Don't worry about trying to get them to talk to you or do anything with you. Like, just leave people alone and let them be. Let them be. Let people, if they want to talk to you, they want to come to you, they want to engage with you, let them engage with you. You don't have to be overextending yourself for people all the time. Just let people be. Just leave it be. Leave them alone. Surrender to non-action. You don't have to push. You don't have to force. And just let it go. Okay? So don't even try to influence or convince anybody to be your friend, be with you, whatever. Leave them alone. That's what it's saying. I went through my Saturn return. My advice is focus on your health. Yeah, my Saturn, that's what I'm worried about, honestly, because I already have health problems. And my Saturn return is going to be in my 6th house because my 6th house is Aries. So I do really prioritize my health and trying to take care of my health, because you really can't do anything without your health. Truthfully, everything else goes out the window when your health is down. So yeah, but I hope that them carpools resonated for you and you take heed. Okay, you guys. So we got 10 minutes left. So what do we want to talk about for the last 10 minutes? Astrology wise or other? There were still a few houses I didn't go through, but yeah. Okay, 8th house. Okay, I got you, 8th house, because I've been saying 8th house, 8th house, 8th house. I did 4th house earlier. So you have to watch the playback for that one. 8th house. So that is Leo rising. So 8th house is all about intimacy, sex, what you call it? Other people's resources, merging, can be business contracts also. What do I need to hear career wise? I got you, Z, after I do 8th house. And y'all, yeah, hold those questions. I will answer those too. But yeah, so this can also be the house of death. Just FYI. Doesn't mean that anybody's going to die under the eclipse, but there could definitely be some ending that forms for you more than other people. You'll experience some ending of some kind during this eclipse. So that's not to scare anybody, but of course, endings are a part of life. Death is a part of life too. So we have to talk about that sometimes. But it's not to scare you, just to know that, like, yeah, things may end, things may transform, things may change. But also just a good place or a good time to look at your escapism tendencies through things like sex or through other people as well. It's a little bit similar to what I was telling 7th house Pisces as well. But like if you have like certain intimacy like things, like so things that you may use to escape, whether that is using like physical pleasures or intimacy, or it could be things that you use to escape from intimacy. So it can go either way. So either you use intimacy to escape from yourself or your problems, your pain, or you use other things to escape being vulnerable or escape being close to people, escape connecting with people on a deeper level. So take a look at that. As well as some of you might need to set some boundaries with how close you are with people, right? So that can be like some of you get really like, lost in people, you get merged in people. And this can be work wise too. Like you just, you bind with people very easily sometimes, and it's like all or nothing. And so you want to set some boundaries with how intimate you are, especially with people that you don't know very well or people you just met. And so that can be something that you want to address, and you might have some revelations or something that happens here with could be contracts that are coming up. So either you may stop working with somebody, you may stop being close with somebody or that you were intimate with, or you're realizing that I need to like maybe be abstinent or something like that, or I need to cut out some of these addictive behaviors that I have going on here, because eighth house can be one of addictions. So yeah, that's Leo rising. Let me see. Do you know anything about vertex compatibility? I've heard of vertex, but I never really dove into it like that, so I couldn't even tell you much about it. I was trying to figure it out myself at one point, but I didn't really find much information on it, so I was like, maybe another time. Are you familiar with chakras? If yes, what would you recommend when working with the sacral? Yeah, I am a bit familiar. I do get Reiki done and things like that. So of course, Reiki is great. You find somebody that can help you work on your sacral specifically. There's a lot of sacral exercises on YouTube, like different guided meditations. Sacral is really about sexuality too. So getting more in tune with your sexuality, your sexual energy. Could be things even like dance too, may help you moving your body and using your energy. Wait a minute. Been doing the math. Apparently my Saturn return happened started. Really? Well, that's motivating. If your Saturn return was your favorite day of the year. As an MG, this also makes me think about how escaping leads to being unsatisfied. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it definitely can, especially if you're escaping out of like frustration, because doing that may make you feel worse. Oh, let me know if I need to pay this answer. But how do you know which deck to choose from when doing reading? I have both decks on tarot. I think it's like kind of like an intuitive thing. I mean, it depends. Like it depends on what I'm talking about. Like general, like so like if I'm talking about releasing things, this deck. If I'm trying to figure out like advice, like I have certain decks for different things. Like this deck is for, well, I just dropped all those cards. This deck is for like advice. And then I have like my everything deck that is over here, also for like general. So, you know, it's kind of like an intuitive, and it depends. Like I just have certain decks that I set for different things. So I kind of just stick to that. Oh, it is raining hard outside. Thank you for your input. I also have Mercury conjunct Venus. There was somebody that sent me a super chat. Are you still in here, Z? Because I don't want to miss your question, because I am answering all those super chats. And I got 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes left on here, you guys. Okay, let me answer your question real quick then. Let's see. What do you need to hear career-wise? All right, let's use tarot. Like you said, I got my tarot deck right here. All right, for Z, I think with the unhealthy escapism, it's prolonged situation. Yeah, that's definitely, I can see that. Okay, so let's see for Z. What does Z need to hear for a career? Jeez. So I definitely feel like, I don't know if you're thinking about, I don't know, Z, if you're thinking about leaving a career or changing careers, but I definitely feel like there's an end of a cycle that's happening for you in career right now. You got the Ten of Swords and you got the Ten of Wands. So either there's been like a long cycle in a career that has become a burden, or there's like a phase of career that feels like a burden for you, or it's like you're ready to end it and start something new, because you got the Fool card here and you got the Emperor here. So this could even be either like taking on a different role. It could be something that's like entrepreneurial, or this could be like just being in a higher position than you have right now. But you got the Six of Swords too. So there's like this encouragement telling you like it's time to transition, or it's time to either try something new or move on from a previous career or a previous career path, either because it was just too much, it was too burdensome. Could have even been like some conflict there with career, or some competition that you were feeling. But I feel like if you do decide to switch or to try something different, Eight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, I think it would happen pretty quickly once you make up your mind, or you figure out that you want to move forward or try something else. But I do feel like for you in career, it's encouraging you that one phase of your career is done, or it is ready to end, and it's time for you to move on and try something different. Either something that will be more like carefree, or something that doesn't feel like there's just too much responsibility, or something that makes you feel more empowered, or makes you feel more like in control. That's just the best way I can describe it. I'm not sure if you already answered this, but how does it impact Saturn and Pisces, seventh house? Yeah, we did do seventh house already. So once this is up, you can rewatch the playback and you'll see it from there. But yeah, Z, I hope that resonated, or if you have questions about that, let me know. All right, I got time for one more. I know some of you guys still were asking about, I think, second house. I think I got, who do I have left? Yeah, I got time to do one more house. So either second or ninth. I really need clarity. I'm single. Singer, songwriter, love, passion. Yeah. So that's all confirmation. I don't know if you have Aries. There's a lot of Aries, strong Aries placements. Fire, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries in your chart. But it's telling you to, it's time to transition and move forward in that. So yeah, you're gonna do well. It's scary, but it'll be good for you. So yeah, second house. Yeah, I did already talk about the 11th house, so you have to go back and rewatch it when this is over. Leo, Sun, Rising, Mercury. Yep, that fire was definitely there. So yeah, I hope that helps you. But okay, so second house, which is Aquarius rising. So you have a Pisces second house. So if you have that in your chart, that is all about money, all about finances, your physical possessions, your self-worth as well. So when it comes down to it, addressing any escapism that comes from money, right? So this can be escaping through your material possessions. So, you know, having addictions to buying things is kind of common with this unless you have like, I don't know, some strong Saturn there, you may be somebody that can splurge on things, or there's physically escaping through could be certain types of work, or just having money, doing things for money, and just being very caught up in money. So you want to be careful about that, as well as setting boundaries, or having those strong boundaries when it comes down to your finances, whether that's saving or having a financial plan for the future. You want to make sure that those things are set in place. That could either be taking your savings more seriously, or taking money more seriously in general, as well as like self-worth. So if we're looking at it from like a self-worth standpoint, are you like in positions that reflect your self-worth, especially financially? Like, are you living up to your highest potential with the things that you have, or the things that you could have? And I see this a lot with like work, where your self-worth reflects the type of jobs you'll have, or the type of relationships you'll have, because what you believe that you're worth is what you will accept and what you will sustain. So you want to be sure that like your worth is reflective of what you are accepting, or what you have, or financially where you're at. So don't like just settle in the realm of like money, your career, your work, your physical tangible assets. Like, you want to make sure that you're investing in high quality things that reflect the way you feel about yourself, and set the boundaries with money and ways you might escape financially. That could even be escaping financial problems, or trying to cut corners financially with different things. So you want to be careful with that. Or there could be some cycle that you are ending with money. You could be like ending something that you invested in potentially, or something that you were investing in, and either that's ending, or that's you're stopping that, or you're gonna be more serious about your money, or like saving or investing in some kind of way. So that's Aquarius, second house, for what's coming up. Okay, so that's pretty much everybody. I think I almost covered everybody, and I tried to answer other questions. We've been on here. What time did I start? 6:30. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, so I'm gonna get off of here, and if you guys have any more questions, I will respond if you got specific questions on YouTube members only, or on my Patreon. You can subscribe. You can find it in any of the links in any of my bios, link tree, descriptions on YouTube. You can hit me up DM for questions, card pulls. You'll see exclusive content, early access content on both of those, all that good stuff. So take advantage. $7 on Patreon. No, it's $8 now. $8 on Patreon. $4.99 starting on here. So yeah, if you guys need more, you know where to find me. But I hope that this helped. Give you some insights. Thank you guys for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next video. Almost done with the signs for September. But that's it for today. I am at Tarot by Bronx and Mind Body Bronx on everything. See y'all later.